Hey folks, this is Noble Rambler, and welcome to Let's Sample Faster Than Light. I'll read the Steam description of the game, then we'll dive in and give you a sense of what the game's all about. In Faster Than Light, you experience the atmosphere of running a spaceship trying to save the galaxy. It's a dangerous mission, with every encounter presenting a unique challenge with multiple solutions. What will you do if a heavy missile barrage shuts down your shields? Do you reroute all power to the engines in an attempt to escape? Do you power up additional weapons to blow your enemy out of the sky? Or take the fight to them with a boarding party? This spaceship simulation roguelike allows you to take your ship and crew on an adventure through a randomly generated galaxy filled with glory or bitter defeat. So, I'm going to dive into a new game here and let you see what it's all about. I've already played the game for a while. Really enjoy the game. I've beat it a few times. Each time you do get to the end, you get unlocks, as well as in the form of additional ships. So we've got several ships at our disposal right now, though if we do a Let's Play, we'll probably start from scratch and run it through that way, but we'll see. Each ship has a variant, so different configuration aside, different types of crew, different needs, different advantages and disadvantages. For the sake of our Let's Sample, we'll go ahead and go with the base ship, the Kestrel. And in this we'll have 3 human crew members, and a good assortment of options within the ship. What else is there to show you here? There is an advanced edition that has been released, which really changes the game, allows for a lot more variety and options. We're going to go with the base game for the moment. I think we are ready to dive in. We'll go with normal difficulty, which adds a 25% boost to your score. Standard scrap rewards and enemies. Easy gives you better and hard gives you less, but more boost to your final points. So let's get started. So here's the premise. The data you carry is vital to the remaining Federation fleet. You'll need supplies for the journey, so make sure to explore each sector before moving on to the next. But get to the exit before the pursuing rebel fleet can catch up. And here's a tip they're throwing at us. Weapons, drones, and augments can be sold for 1/2 the purchase price at stores. Click on the Sell tab at the top. So, basically, we have got... That's interesting. Why can't we see our ship? Our sensors are out. Huh. I've never started in this way before. We're starting in a nebula. Oh. Okay, random start. And that's where we are. So we have got available to us. Let's pop in over here. This is our ship. We've got our shields, engines, med bay, oxygen, weapons control. They can all be upgraded. So like weapons, we've got 3 out of, I think, 8 slots filled here. So as I can't move my mouse over there, but as we gain more, we have the ability to run more weaponry. This one, oxygen, will refill faster with the upgrades. The med bay, you'll heal your crew members faster when they are in the med bay. Engine, let's see, powers the faster than light drive. Think of it as your warp drive, and allows the ship to dodge. Upgrading improves dodge chance and the rate that your faster than light drive charges, so you can escape a bad situation quicker if you can just get that thing charged up. Shields come in pairs, so you see there's 2 green dots. That gives you 1 shield. So we're going to have to spend 20 and 30 to get to the second shield barrier. What we're spending is scrap, so that's our currency, scrap metal. And we've got 2 these guys, what were they called? They're drone parts. They control drones. You've got missiles, and you've got fuel and scrap. So there's our basic commodities of the game. Your door controls allows remote opening and closing of doors. You upgrade it to get blast doors, so that if you are boarded and enemies are trying to shoot their way in, it's going to hold them off a little bit longer. And then you can improve them and go to super blast doors eventually. This is our sensors. We can see inside our ship, unless we're in a nebula where we are now. Upgrade it once, you can see inside the enemy ship, and upgrade it again, you can see enemy weapon charge. You can see what they're up to. What do we have here? The piloting. So doing this allows autopilot to come in, which can improve the evasion of enemy shots. So we've got power bars here, costing 20 each, and the more of these you have, the more you have available to use in your various systems. So right now we don't have enough power to man everything. We've got our engines running at only 1 power versus quite a few more would be available. So here also we can take a look at our crew, and you see the bars over on the far right. That's their skills bars. Right now everybody's starting off at 0. So if you keep one crew member on a certain task over and over again, instead of swapping them around, you'll be able to build up their skills in that task. So you'd want someone assigned permanently to weapons, and not someone else assigned permanently to piloting, for instance. As they repair and as they fight, either on another ship or someone boards our ship, they will gain experience in that too. Then we have equipment. So here's our weaponry. At the moment, this ship comes with a missile launcher, the Artemis, that requires 1 power. So he runs on just one of these 3. This guy takes 2. And he does 2 damage. And let's see, where does it say that? No, it's not on the screen. There's a blurb somewhere that says he passes through shields. Alright, so this guy, okay, 11 seconds is what I was going to say. It takes 11 seconds to charge him up. This one will take 12 seconds to charge him up. And while you're waiting and you're being attacked, 12 seconds can feel like a long time. This requires 2 power and does 3 shots each time, which is kind of nice, because 1 shot will take down the shield and 2 shots will go through. Unless you're going up against somebody with 3 levels of shield, or say 2 levels of shield, then 2 shots, if they don't miss, will take out the shields and only 1 is going to get through. So you got to kind of plan your strategy as you're using them. So with that, what is there to strategize? If we really needed more evasive, we could turn off the doctor and put that power over into engine. That's probably the best route to go, though remembering if we do need to heal, we've got to turn this back on again. So we're going to go with this configuration. This right here will save your current crew positions, and then if you were to click on him and move him over there, for whatever reason in the middle of battle, when you're done, you can click here and they will all return back to their positions. Click on a door to open up. If you've got a fire in here, you could, well, this isn't a good place to show that example because you can't see inside, so we'll hold off on that. Let's go somewhere. We started off in a nebula. Unvisited location, the nebula here will make fleet pursuit slower, but will disrupt your sensors. So the nebulas slow everything down. They can't find you, so your enemy has to slow down to find you. He isn't on the screen yet. We get 3 or 4 moves in, you'll start to see the enemy. So first 2 or 3 moves are kind of bonus. So we'll dive into this nebula over here. Actually, let's go this direction. It gives us more options to choose from. We have come across an unidentified ship is badly damaged and still being assaulted by a space pirate. The victim begins a distress message until the pirate cuts in and offers to split the bounty if you sit tight. So they're saying, hey, if you do nothing, we'll split the bounty with you. Here's a bribe. Or we can be the hero and attack the pirate. Well, we're the hero kind, so off we go. So the pirate ship stops its pursuit and locks weapons onto your ship. Continue. Now, this game does allow you to pause so you can think about what you're doing, which is one of the reasons I enjoy it the most. So the stress of having to do everything with time limits is frustrating, especially since in the real world you know, doorbells do ring and cell phones go off, and while you're trying to deal with those, you're watching your character die over there on the screen. So I really enjoy games that allow you to pause for interruptions. But while we're paused, let's evaluate this. He's got a missile, and similar, looks like a one shot. We've got 3 shots. You'll see the different lights will light up as they charge. But so he's going to missile us, we're going to missile him. He's got shields. So our laser, which shoots 3 times. There we go. No, it doesn't say it either. There's a message I was looking for. I don't see it in either one. While we shoot 3 times, first shot's going to take down the shields. Only 2 shots are going to be effective. If we were to shoot our missile through the shields, at his shields, then it would potentially give all 3 of these shots something to do. Now the danger is that if his missile hits our shields right there, then, or hits our weaponry, it will knock these 3 down to maybe 1 if we're lucky. This goes away because it requires all 3 to run it, and we're left without even being able to use the burst laser. So there's tactic in every move you make. I'm going to go with that one. I don't want this one to fire until this one has taken the shields down. Alright, so he hit us. One of our 2. Our shield does have 2 levels. You saw that the 2 dots are right here. So we're essentially down to half shield right now. He hit. So he's got a missile coming, we've got a missile coming. We're aiming at this guy. Kind of take this in slow so we can watch them. Alright, so we hit his shields and it worked. Fire the burst laser at his weapons. Now, is his missile still inbound? It is. And it missed. Alright, went right past us. We're hitting his weapons now. You've proved a sufficient match for the pirate. They are powering up their faster than light and trying to get away. Alright. As long as they have steering and engines, they can charge up and leave. Now, if we had sensors where we can see what's going on, you see they're delayed. Even though their piloting and their engines are still good, they must have a fire in here. And all 3 of their guys are running in to try to put that fire out. So nobody's at the pilot, at the cabin, the cockpit. That's what I'm trying to come up with. So there's got to be somebody here in order for this guy to charge. So for some reason he's had to leave. He's either helping to fix damage, or there's a fire and they've got to get it put out. And we will get fires in here too. It's inevitable. So it's interesting to watch. So what is our next tactic? They have got no weapons. Their shield is down, though they're down 1 of 2. So they've got a red bar right across there. They're trying to get that repaired. So they probably have somebody in here repairing this, and 2 guys in here either putting out a fire or repairing the weapons. So we are going to probably just use our burst laser. The missile requires missiles, and you will run out. So this one is essentially free. So let's take advantage of it. He's only got 2 points of damage available left on his hull compared to our, I don't know what that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so we're around 20 or so. So he's going to go down with the next 2 shots. So it really doesn't matter what we hit, but we do want to take out either steering or engines. I'm going to take out steering. I'm going to let the 12 seconds go by, build this up, and fire. And we took him out. So when we have got shields sensors upgraded, where is that? It's over here. We can see what's happening inside their ships. We'll do that here real soon, just so we can see it. The pirate explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. You go to examine the ship you just saved. So we got 8 scrap out of the destroyed pirate, and we saved somebody. They might be appreciative. We'll see. The pirate's victim quickly jumps away before you have a chance to speak to them. Well, they got out of there and they didn't leave anything to say thank you. So, we're done. So, do we take any damage? Any repairs to make? We're building up. We've still got everything we need, and all of our guys are without any damage. full of green bars. He got a little bit of steering skill. He's got a little bit of engineering, and he has got a little touch of weapons. Each shot that we fire builds weapons. If someone was assigned to shields, each shot that hits our shields builds up his experience. So let's show you let's go somewhere else now. We've got a distress call waiting for us here. I'm pretty sure to upgrade these sensors we need at least 20, so we can't do that at the moment. We could cancel and go back and take a look. Yeah, we need 25 to upgrade our sensors. So don't want to do anything there. Let's jump into here. Let's get as many of these dots in as we can before we get to the exit, to gain as many supplies as possible. And these guys cut your time in half. Well, I guess you'd say double your time. It takes the enemy twice as long to find you when you incorporate nebulas into your path. But this one, double danger. You arrive in the middle of a plasma storm. Oh, that's even worse. Nebula takes out your sensors. A plasma storm takes out your power. So we have got to decide where we're going to allocate 1, 2, 3, 4 power. That is all we've got available. But them as well. They've also lost half their power. Despite the harsh conditions, a Rebel Scout seems to be waiting for you. So hit continue and pause. What do we want to try to use? If we do this entirely with missiles, who are you? He's got a drone. Oh. Drones shoot down missiles and asteroids. Can be shut down by damaging the enemy ship's drone system, which is right here. But is he gonna... do they have enough power to run him? They might not. That's what we're going to have to watch here real quick. If he's dead in the water, well, dead in the space, then we can go ahead and use our missile, which only uses 1 power instead of 2, and then we have more power for other things. Our oxygen is shut down, and we do have quite a bit of time before that becomes an issue. So I think shields is very important. Got to get shields going. Without engine, though, we have no evasion. So we're definitely going to take a shot if we do that. Right now, their weapons... well, we got to unpause the game to find out. So we don't need med, we don't need oxygen for a while, and we do need weapons. So we've got the potential to fire up either one. Let's see what they're going to do. The drone, he's got this sparking over here. I think that means it's not well, we're green. I'm not sure what the sparking means, though. I think we're going to be certain and use the burst laser. Alright. That's a rocket. Alrighty, that's a rocket that is steering and powering him, so he is still powered. They do have a pew-pew over here, but they're not going to use whatever this is. So that's the one weapon they're going to use. Alright. So we're going to get charged, and we're going to take out weapons first. They have no shields on. They have taken power away from their shields in order to power their weapons and their drone. So they made the choice of sacrificing shields. We made the choice of sacrificing air. And evasion. No, they've wiped out evasion too. They are down. Alright, so we've taken out his weapons. He's got 6 damage available before he breaks up. Now, if we could take out all of their crew before the ship breaks up, then we will salvage so much more because we've not destroyed everything. But without sensors, we can't tell where they are. What's probably happening is they are running all to this point to try to repair all this. But we can't be certain of that. We could just keep shooting the same spot and taking out, damaging their crew while they're repairing, but I think it's too early in the game to try that. The ships aren't strong enough to withstand the damage, and they'll break up. We're starting to get a little pink in our white rooms here. As we start to run low on oxygen, we're going to see that go pinker and pinker. Oxygen is 83%. I believe we want to keep it above 70. So we're going to burst laser, and what? Let's take out their drone next. Well, they put their shields on. Since they didn't need weapons anymore, they diverted power. Alright, let's take out their shields instead. We are at 76%. I think we're going to have to take... Okay, we'll get another shot off here, then we're going to have to go to oxygen for a while. Alright, shields are down. I'm going to take down our weapons, turn on oxygen, get our level back up again. And they can't attack us. Let's take our shields down, turn weapons back on. And we'll go with the burst laser. We could do both. We'll save these though. We can turn engines back on too. Okay. Weapons are coming back on. Alright, so burst lasers going straight into the weapons. They're in here madly trying to repair things. There we go. The enemy ship appears to be powering up as faster than light. It's trying to escape. It's trying to, but we'll see. He's just about gone. They offer to give you some of their goods if you don't destroy the ship. They're going to give us 3 fuel, 4 missiles, and 8 scrap. So we could just take them out because they're the enemy. Make sure they can't come after us later. There's always the risk that if we destroy the ship, we're going to destroy a lot of the goods and actually receive less of a bounty afterwards, or there's less to loot. So there's the roll of the dice. I'm going to take their offer. We could get a lot more scrap, but the fuel and the missiles are quite expensive to buy. It's worth a lot more than an additional 5 or 6 scrap. And quite often when you continue to destroy them and get to the end, you end up with just 1 missile and a couple fuel and maybe a little more scrap. So I'm going to take this deal. Alright. So with that, we are back again. And we need to get out of here. Let's turn off the weaponry. Turn on shields. Whatever we run into next time, at least the shields will be charged and ready to go. So we're going to jump out of here. And we're going to head into this distress signal. Next turn, we should start to see the enemy starting to encroach. And I'll show you what that's all about. You find the source of the distress signal, a small research station. It appears a small laboratory fire got out of control and is threatening to destroy the station. Their fire suppression system is not responding. Do you send your crew in a shuttle to help put out the fire? Or do you dock and try to rescue the survivors? Or do you just leave? Now, keep in mind, what we are doing is trying to get out to our front line to get valuable information to our commanders or what have you, who are about to face the enemy's boss ship, in a sense. So we don't want to do things to compromise that mission. But we are also trying to help as many people on the way as we can, and we're trying to gather supplies to build up our own ships. By the time we get there, everything is as maxed out as possible, because we're the ones who are going to have to take on that boss ship. So, we send our crew, we could damage our crew. We send our ship, we could damage our ship. We leave, we don't damage anything, but we also don't gain anything. So there's what you're weighing in these decisions. We don't have really enough crew as it is. I can repair the ship much easier than I can buy another crew member. So let's dock and try to rescue the survivors. You locate the highest concentration of life forms and bring the ship alongside the station. Before you can begin to offload the survivors, a huge blast splits the station apart. Your ship is thrown away and some debris pierces your hull. You watch helplessly as the last of the survivors are consumed in the collapse of the station. Well, we were able to grab 8 scrap metal out of that, but we took some damage and we lost everybody. So we're going to continue, and we have lost our O2, so let's go and repair that one. Everything else seems to be okay. And I'm just for demonstration's sake, we'll move everybody into a new position. Let's just have them go over there and help out. Though it's almost done. It is. Alright, that's back. We can hit our return crew, and everybody automatically goes back to where they're assigned. That's how that works. Alright, let's jump. The enemy fleet is starting to encroach. If they overcome us, we'll have to fight the enemy ships, as well as try to continue moving forward. So it becomes double dangerous. So we'll go one more time, then you'll start to see that you can predict how much they're going to move with each move. But we'll go here and see if any of these, when we get closer, more information will open up about what's sitting there, like the distress that popped up over here. So let's see what's waiting for us there. You jump into an unremarkable system. No life signs detected within scanning range. Okay, so a chance to do more repairs. Oxygen had dropped, but it's starting to come back. Everything looks good. So we could enhance our ship. Didn't you see that? We were lacking there. We could, let's do that. Let's get our sensors up. And 9 doesn't buy anything. Smallest we can buy is an extra engine level. Alright, so we're going to accept that. Now with the increased sensors, these don't require power from your reactor. These come charged. So these 3 are kind of freebies if you can afford the upgrade. Over here, if we had upgraded the engine a couple more times, we'd still have to buy more power bars, more reactor, in order to fill those bars. So got to keep that in mind. We're going to transfer that to there. So let's jump again. We did not open up any new commentary or hints of what's ahead of us. Now, this is where the enemy actually is. This is where he will be next turn. So now you can see how much travel they're making per turn. They will be at this point in 1, roughly 2, 3 turns are going to be here. So we could go backwards 1, maybe even 2, except that you can see this does not get you forward. We have to go back to here again in order to get forward. So we don't dare go over here or here. We have to go there, then repeat 1. You don't want to repeat turns. You're going to get back to just an empty space and nothing to do while he advances. So you've lost the opportunity to take on an extra location out here at the end by doing that. So each turn you make, you got to make sure there is an escape route into another uncharted or unexplored node. So let's dive into this one, or we could go here, and spend several turns kind of fanning around like that. But if we head this way here, we could maybe take the loop underneath. We'll find out. Let's go here. Alright, you find a rebel automated scout floating near this beacon. Despite its pristine condition, it appears to be deactivated. We can attempt to download the ship's data stores, or, second choice, don't risk activating it and just strip the ship for any useful scrap. If we could get its data, it might tell us what's at every node in this system. There's information in that rebel automated scout. So there's no crew in here. This is an automated ship. So taking out, I don't know if it even has oxygen, but if it did, taking out its oxygen is not going to harm the crew at all because there's no crew. So we could just take the scrap and run, or we could see what information is there. I'm going to take the risk. I'm going to do that. We are paused. He does not have oxygen. That's all red. And what is that? I'm trying to remember what that is. Oh, we've got to hit continue. Accidentally reactivate the ship's AI. Its weapons immediately go online, preparing for a fight. Alright, what has he got? Oh, he sent off, that's right. He sent off something that's going to attach to our ship and try to take control of something, of some system of our ship. That's his shields, his steering, his weapons, his engines. Take out the steering and the engines, and he loses the ability to dodge our shots. Take out the shields and weapons is probably our highest priority, unless this thing right here does something devastating. He may attack our weapons, and suddenly we have no weapons to use. So that's the tactic I would use on him. He took out our steering. We have no evasive, so there's no point in even using him on steering anymore. He's not contributing anything. Let's send him to shields. The shields should... Oh, he's locked the door. So he's locked us in the room and locked out the system. So that crew member is basically worthless now until he shoots his way through that door. So we need to take out his weapons and shields. We're going to go back to the tactic of missiling the shields, and then a couple seconds later taking out the weapons. And then eventually we're going to take out this guy. He is trying to shoot his way out. Boom. Get ready to shoot this guy. He's got a laser firing at us, but our shields are still here. If he had reversed order and shot his pew-pew at us and took out the shields, then his laser would be cutting a gash across our ship and there would be fires forming in here. So we got very fortunate there in the order that it hit. That took out his shields. It did. What is this sphere here? Okay, I guess it doesn't have this texture in it, so that's where the shields would be, but they're deactivated. Take out the weapons. Alright, weapons are down. So we're not going to need to use the missile again unless the shields come back on. So we're going to send this guy into that one. Hacking drone. Alright, he's hacking us. That was the word I couldn't come up with. He made it out. So he's now going to give the shields a boost. Does it say what he does? It doesn't. Somewhere in here it tells you that you get a boost if it's manned. So we're going to fire into him. Alright, we took him out, lit him on fire, and we blew this guy up. He's done. Trying to remember how to set this auto fire. Okay, we could click auto fire, and whatever we aim at, each time it charges, it would automatically continue to shoot at that target. I turn off auto fire because I want the ability to pause and rethink every step of the way. Micromanaging a game like this ensures your success far better than just letting it run and hoping. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap materials. We got missiles, we got drone parts, and we got a lot of scrap. Oh, we needed that. Okay, 27 ship. Do we want to use any of that? 27 would buy us better steering, which will evade better. Buy us half of the next level of shields. Buy us better engines, which will allow us to dodge better. Buy us more power bars. That could be useful. Let's wait a little bit longer. We'll build up a little bit more and see if a store shows up. There'll be stores out here where you can buy better weapons and what have you. So everything, nobody's been harmed. Everything is up. No damage. Okay, let's... Oh, we need a pilot. Can't jump without one. So you head back over there, or we just simply hit the return to stations and jump. Alright. These guys will be here next turn, and there the next turn. So we need to get out of this area. Do we go this way or this way? From here, we only have one choice. From here, we have 3 new choices. I like more choices, because I don't know what's going to suddenly appear on the screen if we head over there. Let's go to some place we don't have a clue yet. Alright, in this area you arrive to find what appears to be a colonized moon. However, scans show it has been abandoned. You also detect an abandoned space station near the beacon. Do you move in to examine the station, or do you stay near the beacon? An abandoned space station near the beacon. So I think what that's saying is you could loot what appears to be a colonized moon. However, the scan show it has been abandoned. You also detect an abandoned station near the beacon. Aren't these both near the beacon then? Stay near the beacon, or move to examine the station, which is near the beacon. I think that what they meant to say was move to examine the colony, or stay out at the station near the beacon. Either way, let's choose this one to see what happens. You approach cautiously, but you detect no danger. It appears to have been a small rest stop that was abandoned a while ago. You take what few supplies you can find. So we grab 9 scrap out of that. Okay. So, didn't let us see anything new. This would give us the most choices. So let's dive into here. From there, we'll be able to decide if we're going to go around, if we're going to go up and through, or what. Hopefully we get some more information. A rebel ship is guarding this beacon. You order a pursuit course and prepare to scratch up one more. So we are going after these guys. We've got improved sensors now. So now we can see where they are. So a ship that has got multiple shields and more, better hull, it would take far more shots, which would allow us to pinpoint and shoot all the rooms that have the crew in them, to take the crew out, hopefully before we manage to take the whole ship down. For instance, if there was 2 shields and we were shooting a burst laser with 3 shots, we could shield, and hit a room instead of 3 shots into that room. So it would allow us to a little more surgically attack the ship, taking little bits of damage at a time, pinpointing just the crew. If you can take out the crew, your ship remains intact and it's all yours. So a far bigger loot bounty and something like that. But we're not there yet, but that's something to look forward to later. So what do we got here? We are going after them. We're going to pause, evaluate. He's going to shoot a missile at us. These hurt, just like ours do. He's got a... Got to see exactly what that is. That might be the beam, the cutting beam, versus the pew-pew. So the laser. Well, I would think laser is a cutting beam. I think beam weapon and laser weapon, maybe that's how it's divided up. When we get to a store, we'll be able to see a variety of weapons. We might be able to answer that. What is our tactic? I think our automatic or base level tactic is to missile the shields, and a couple seconds later take out the weapons room, which means we have to take 1 barrage first. We could reverse that. We could try taking out, using the missile into the weapons, and maybe possibly not absorbing one of these 2. Though that means that this one is going to be less effective because it's going to have to go through the shields first. But that guy does a lot of damage. Will he fire at the same moment ours will? Probably. They both have the same countdown. Yeah, we fired and he fired. So, actually he got it off a little bit sooner than we did. I wonder how he managed that. Oh, look at that. Anti-personnel drone. So he's got a drone in his, one of his subsystems that we don't have. And drones, you can have drones that will launch and crash through into yours and start to attack you. He is going to attack any of ours that we were to try to send over, transport over to his ship. So this is an anti-personnel drone that will protect his ship from our boarding party. One of the subsystems we could buy at a store someday is a transporter. It'll lock into one of these rooms, maybe here, and we could move our crew members over and hit transport, and we'll pop into whatever room that we choose. Think Star Trek, and it'll do the same thing. And then we've got to get them back alive. That's the challenge. So our missile just launched. We're heading for here. His missile's coming in right into our weapons bay. Oh, that's going to hurt. Let's fire this one immediately at the shields. The second it gets there, maybe there's time to at least get 1 or 2 bursts off before he hits. And since we're guessing that that's coming into here, I'm going to tell him just to get out of there, because he's going to take a lot of personal damage when that hits. Alright, let's see how this goes. It missed. Aha! You get back into there. He fired. He's heading into here. Did ours hit? We hit. And one of ours tacked the shields. Okay. He took a lot of personal damage. We're going to save this one, but we're going to aim this guy at the shields. Alright. See if we can take those shields down all the way. He's madly trying to repair them. He's got 1 bar down out of 2, so he's got very limited shields. There we go. And we hurt him at the same time. He's got 4 points left. And who do we want to take out? Well, tell you what, let's target their oxygen. Oh, weapons are back on. Okay, we've got to go after the weapons. Now, if it was imminent, we could fire this guy right now. He's already charged up and ready to go. I'm just saving... I'll tell you what, we do have quite a few missiles. Let's go ahead and do that. We'll take him out. Make sure that thing can't launch. Alright. The enemy ship appears to be powering up their FTL. It's trying to escape. So we've got to take down... Well, really we just need to do 2 more points of damage. But you wouldn't want to take down either the piloting or the engine. So we'll aim this guy at the pilot, because that could also take out the pilot himself. So that's important. Shields are about to come back on, but we took them out. Okay. So the ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap materials. So when they explode, you don't get as many missiles and fuel and other parts. You're ones and twos. You get a lot more scrap. So it really depends on if you're going for the goal of scrap, to buy things at the next store, or if you'd like to get a bunch of cheaper things that cost a lot. You know, missiles are, I think, 8 scrap each, if I recall, or maybe 6. So they're kind of pricey. So when you have a choice of either taking a bribe to not take them out, or go for taking them out and grabbing the scrap, there's your what you're weighing. So we're going to continue that. How are we doing here? Oxygen's fine. 20%. All the doors are closed. No damage. And let's jump. We still didn't get any pop-ups, so we still don't know what's out here. That's a shame. These guys. Now, a nebula will cut this in half. So back here in the nebula area where we started, this red line would have been right here. So they're approaching us at half the speed that they are now when we're in the nebulas. So here there are no nebulas left, so we know they're going to approach at this distance every single turn. So they're going to get to this point in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 5.5 turns. So we've got 5 locations basically left to hit. So if we were to, well, if we go here, let's see, if we go here, we're going to get to see these two. If we go here, we're going to get to see these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We could head there if we had to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you can see how you can kind of plan out how best to use these last stops. So we're going to grab this one to see what information it gives us on these 4. Now that we know we're a little closer and know a little more about them. At least that's the tactic that I use. Alright, you come across an asteroid mining colony. They message you immediately saying, "Greetings. Our supplies of mining explosives have run out ever since the rebels blockaded the system. Do you have any extra explosives?" So, because we have a missile weapon, we could offer to solve their problem by launching a missile. We could give them the requested 5 missiles, or we could decline. The idea is that they're going to reward us for doing that. Missiles are expensive. I don't want to give them 5. If we had missiles, that we've been finding off of salvage from wrecks, but we didn't have a missile launcher, all we'd have available is to give them 5 missiles, and they would give us a certain amount of scrap or something in return. But since we've got the missile launcher, we could do what they were needing with just 1 missile, and they would still give us the reward. So let's do this. While I appreciate your enthusiasm, we have certain protocols for the use of explosives around the workplace. Launching a military-grade weapon into our mine isn't exactly what I would call union-friendly. Alright, do we want to give them 5 missiles, or do we want to decline? I would say no, but we do have more than I normally have available. I'm normally sitting at 3 or 4. Let's go ahead and just so we can see what is the reward for being that generous. Alright, we gave them 5. They repaired 4 whole points of damage. Apparently we were down only 4. If we were down 10, maybe we would have gotten even more out of it. So they maxed us out. It's 2 scrap per, so we really gained 8 scrap. And 5, if it's 6 per, we lost 30 to gain 8. So that kind of didn't work in our favor. But we had no idea what the reward was going to be, so we couldn't have known. We're going to continue from there. And we still don't have any pop-ups. Distress signal or store or something like that. So we still don't have a clue where we need to go. So, again, count the moves. 1 move, 2 is just shy, 3 is about there, 4, so 4.5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's still plenty to do if we go forward. If we pop into here, we could still get there. 1, 2, no, that's no good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That doesn't work. So I think this is our best option right here. Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Short-range scanners may discover useful materials while we wait for the faster-than-light drive to recharge. Do we risk exploring the asteroid belt and taking some damage, or is it too dangerous? We'll just wait for the faster-than-light charge. It has to do with scanning, and we have enhanced our scanner a bit. This just might work out well, so let's give it a try. A pirate ship hiding behind one of the larger asteroids attacks. We are definitely in an asteroid belt now. Asteroids will be hitting us, taking down our shields. This could be dangerous. Of course, it'll be hitting them, taking down their shields too. So, well, we have no choice. Let's make it happen. Alright. They've got... That looks like this guy, except we've got two little dots on top and he doesn't. They've got 1, 2, and 1. We've got... Can't tell how many are there. So, apparently it's all laser weapons, which could be devastating. So, we do need to take weapons down. We're going to missile into their weapons. The asteroids are going to be hitting constantly, so there's a good chance the shields will be down anyway. So, let's send this into their O2. Let's give that a try. Asteroid just hit them, just hit us. We're constantly recharging. Who's going to shoot first? Alright, shoot. Our shields are up at this moment. If an asteroid doesn't take him down, we might be okay. Alright, he's going to multiple shoot here. We shot our missile. Their laser took us down. Is it going to come back up before this laser here makes contact? Nope. There goes our oxygen. He's coming in. Oh, there goes our weapons, which took out our burst laser. Ouch. But we did get some shots off. They're heading in. We hit the shield and we hit the O2. Okay. We've got to get... Well, we don't have to get the O2 repaired immediately. We do need to get the weapons repaired immediately. And we've got a hull breach. No, that was just leftover artifact of the explosion. So let's repair this as fast as we can. We're going to move him over to help. He's got to go through the doors to get there. Let's see here. They still have functioning shields. We apparently missed their weapons. You're going after the weapons. Our weapons are still alive. Shields are down. Get the shields back up. Alright, they're back up. And they're repairing here. And they're still flying. Are we... Let's see here. We are back up and running. Get this guy charging. Return everybody to their post. Oxygen is still at 89%. His first pew hit our shield, which means that that asteroid was able to make full contact with the ship. That took some damage. And we launched a missile. They've just launched 2 more pew-pews. Will we get these up in time? Nope. A fire. Darn. And our oxygen. That's even worse. Oh, how are we going to deal with that? Well, I would say we're going to abandon engines. Let's send you over to shields. And hopefully you go... Nope. You're going to run right through the fire. So we're going to have to send you this way and send you to shields. There you go. We need to open up these doors. Actually, we'll close this off for now. We need to bleed all the oxygen out of the ship back here. One way to put out a fire, 2 ways to put out a fire. We send our crew in there to extinguish it. They're going to be taking damage while it's happening, just like he's already been injured. Or we just take all the oxygen out. So that's the tactic I'm going to use. But I'm not going to open this up until oxygen is gone here, or there's possibility the fire can spread and start burning this room too. So he's going to run over and man shields, which should recharge the shields faster. Let's see here. Does that... Requires evasion, fully functional. Okay. Here's what I'm curious about. Shields. sustains projectile blocking shields. Manning, increased shield recharge rate. Oh, if you man it, that's what I wanted to see. If you man it, you increase the shield's recharge speed. So engines, if you manning it increases your dodge chances. So we've decreased our dodge chances by leaving. We're at 15 instead of 20. Manning this one, 10% faster charge on our weapons. So having a person stationed at each of these positions, you know, if you man the, does not say on that one, sensors. Does that help? Oh, sensors over here. Nope, that doesn't say it. Well, it says unmanned. So I assume that it's telling us that if we manned it, something would happen. Alright, so a full crew, one in every one of these places, is beneficial. Alright, as soon as this goes to bars, we're going to open that up. We're going to go ahead and take out his weapons again. And we're going to hold the burst laser until that hits to make sure that it did the job. Yes, it did the job this time. Let's take out his shields. If his shields go down, he's going to take asteroid damage, and the asteroids will do the job for us. We've been taking a lot of damage. We've got to get this fire out, and we've got to get that repaired and get the oxygen back up, or we're going to start taking some serious damage here. Alright, he's down. As they are trying to put the fires out, they got fires, 2 of them in the same room. So they're both taking some serious damage, the crewmates. So much so that he is running in now to try to do some repairs, which took their pilot away, and their evasion is completely gone. So we are not going to use any more missiles. We lost the 5, and now we're losing even more. So that's what I'm normally running at, something like that. We are going to laser right here. We're going to take out their crew. The ship repeatedly hails you. It looks like they want to surrender. So, do we want to accept this, or do we want to just finish them off? Well, with the shields down, the asteroids are going to take them out. So, they're not going to survive no matter what. So, do we want... Well, we're not going to get missiles, which is what we need anyway. So, I'm going to say we'll not surrender. See if we can get better scrap. So, we'll do that. So... Our shields are now manned. Fire is about to go out. Let's just watch to see what happens. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. So much for watching. Okay, well, we got 13 scrap out of it this time. And we did get a missile. Didn't have that last time. So we will continue. And let's get our ship repaired. So, let's close the doors. Or we can go over here and close all doors. Let's open up the doors, opening at the oxygen to the rest of the ship. Spread this oxygen out. So this is at an oxygen level that is at least safe enough to survive for a little while they all run in there to try to repair it. We'll open up enough to really move some oxygen around. So we should see that drop into pink here real soon. Pink enough. Let's get you to repair that, and you to repair that. Alright, run in there. Actually, where's Fens? He's there. Let's get him healing while you repair that. And we'll turn off weapons and turn on medbay. Okay. We're no longer evading, but we have enough shields to withstand the occasional asteroid hit. Oxygen is back on. 29%. Are we all taking damage? We're not. Alright, so let's get everybody back to their positions. Let's close all doors. And let the oxygen increase. Tell you what, let's... Oh, we can't go to buy things for our ship because we're in danger. So they're not going to let us upgrade our ship in this location. I was going to add another level of oxygen and another power. That way, if we do get hit, it takes down the first level, but we still have basically what we have right now. And 2 levels would increase this so much faster. So we're going to have to stay in danger for a while, because we want to dive into another battle and already have our oxygen compromised. We might immediately get a fire or get a hull breach. I think 90% we're probably fine. So everybody's where they need to be. Yeah, let's take off that, turn this back on, and we're ready for the next encounter. Jump. So, still no information, no store or anything. Darn, I was hoping to show that to you. Again, 1 move, 2, 3. Essentially, the 4th one overtakes us. We really could have gotten 1 more out of this, I guess. But we'll just take the 3. And this episode's getting quite long anyway. Aid the civilian. Okay, there are only 2 ships within range, and they seem to be engaged in battle. One of them has the markings of a space pirate. Do we want to aid the civilian ship, or do we want to stay out of it? We will aid the civilian ship. We're the good guys. You power up your weapons and engage the pirate ship. Alright. They've got, I'm going to guess that is a cutting beam and a laser. So we are going to use our missile to take out their shields, and then our laser afterward to take out their weaponry. So everything's running fine. Oxygen is at 98. Alright, they shot. He's different. What is he? He missed, so I don't know. It did hit our shields. We're going in and taking out their shields, and they're immediately coming down to try to repair it. We're going to take out their weapons while the shields are down. He's running over to repair it. Okay. So, we're not going to use our missile anymore, but we will set this guy up to do what? Take out their steering? Take out their oxygen. Alright, and we got a fire in there too. Let's continue to take out their oxygen. Well, next round is going to take them out for good, no matter what. But we'll do that. There'll be 2 crew members in there that we could have also damaged. Alright. Took them down. We had a civilian ship in here as well. So we got these as loot from the pirate ship. We're going to contact the civilian ship to see if they have anything to tell us. It seems the crew did not survive the assault. So you take what you can from the remaining ships. We grabbed this off the civilian ship as well. That was a good haul. Jump. Actually back. Now we have the ability to upgrade our ship because we're not in a dangerous situation. So, what do we want to do? I think improving the oxygen would be smart. 2 more shields would be great too. In fact, that would be huge. Let's do that. And then we need more power to run it though, and that we don't have. So the next time we upgrade the ship, it's got to go entirely into power. So let's hit accept and make our jump. So we're going to go here and then there. That's all we have left available to us. Alright, you spot a small rebel ship nearby. It seems to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. It does not seem to want to engage you and your ship. We can demand the surrender of their goods, or we could avoid it entirely. Well, it's a rebel ship, so let's take it out. You prepare to secure their cargo by force. So what have they got? They've got a transporter. That's what that symbol is. They've got 2 crew that are going to come over and try to take us out. So we've got to be prepared for that. Otherwise, steering, oxygen, shields, engine, and weapons. So let's continue and watch what happens here. Oh, they look like they don't want to fight. They're trying to escape. Okay, so they're not... Now, one is going to get over here to disrupt us while the rest of them try to make their escape. We're going to missile. Now, they're still going to try to shoot us, though. We're going to missile their shields. Boy, no we're not. We're going to missile their weapons. I'm thinking shields are the least of our worries right now. We need to take out their weapons, and we need to take out their ability to flee. So, let's laser there. Alright, so he is transporting over. He's just left. Where is he going to show up? Right over here, he's going after our pilot. Alright, you know, the best situation is when we get into a battle with them in the med bay. The med bay heals us and doesn't heal them, and you win every time. This could be a little dangerous. I think, are going to send him here and him here. I could have sent him to there, but it would take him that much longer. He can get there faster, but this is the system that I want manned. I want our weapons to boost fastest. So we're going to do that. Otherwise, everything else is aimed. They're going to duke it out. We still have 10% evasion. And he's going to help there. He is continuing this right here. Alright, this is the cutting beam. Alright, that's... now I remember. This guy is going to try to cut across us. We don't have 2 shields. That's a shame. This guy is going to take our shields down. This guy is going to cut us open. And I don't think we can avoid it. Alright, let's watch the show. They are fighting now. He is going to hit our shields, and it was a hit. The cutting beam is now going to cut into us. These guys are both going to take down this enemy. You can see the red bar is going to drop much faster than our green ones. Meanwhile, we took out their weapons, and we're about to take out the shields and piloting. Yeah, pilot is down as far as the ability to steer. And we took out the weapons. The beam didn't go off. He didn't cut us open. Alright, so we're going to burst laser what? What is our most important priority? If we take this guy out, he can't come back, which means he can't get back there and help them out. They don't have a med bay. That's what they're missing. Instead of a med bay, they went with a transporter. I see. They are going to want to leave. So we could continue to take out the pilot, or we could just ensure that the other required system for leaving is taken out as well. So we'll do that. This guy's almost gone, so he's down. They have 1 less crew now. We have an injured pilot, so he's going to go over here and get healed, but we need to turn off that to turn on that. Okay. Still 10%. And we took out their shields were still up. They got shields working. Did we not take out shields? Maybe we didn't. So, but they are damaged here. He is trying to repair there so they can take off. And we are healing. And then we're going to reset everybody. We need to take out what? Weapons. 1 weapon has been brought back online. Take that back out. Good. Now we're going to take out, again, his ability to steer. It's charging again. And if it goes to... he left because he needed to go repair the engines. Alright. Meanwhile, we will continue to take out the engines. We've already fired. Okay. Well, they're down there. 1 more shot and they're gone. So essentially we've won no matter what. So we will train this guy on there. Alright. Anything else we need to do? We need to put everybody back to their original posts. And he is gone. Alright. So we grabbed 19 scrap out of that. So jump, and we are here at the exit. Now this has been a long episode. I normally don't run episodes this long, but I wanted to show 1 sector. And what I think I'll do is I'll show 1 more sector next episode. We'll do 2 parts to this series. You've arrived at the long-range beacon. When your drive is charged, you can jump to the next sector. Continue. You see a civilian space station with heavy damage. You receive a message. We've been hit hard by the war. We need more drone parts to speed up our repairs. We'll buy some from you if you have extra. We do have 7. So we're not using the drone parts. We may as well sell them off and grab the scrap. So definitely. Thank you very much. -6 and +24. Continue. So jump takes us to next sector. Next sector takes us to the choice of where we want to go next. Next, kind of a grid through this part of the galaxy. So what we're going to do is call this an episode. Next time we'll come back and do 1 more sector. I doubt it'll be an hour long next time because I won't have to do as much explaining as I've done this time. I did this more of as a teaching video. Next time we'll just play the game and enjoy it. So that is Faster Than Light. And I think there's, 8 sectors, maybe 10 at the most to get to the end of the game. So like an 8 episode Let's Play would work our way through it. And Let me know your thoughts on it. You guys like the game? It's been out for a while now, so a lot of people have played it, so many of you have already seen the game and probably own it. But for those of you who don't, do you want to see more of this? Is this a Let's Play we want to get onto the channel? So let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you would. I'd appreciate it. Subscribe if you haven't already. This has been Noble Rambler, and I will catch you next time. Bye-bye.